Okay, welcome everyone. It is my pleasure to meet you on another webinar from Technomex. Today I would like to say you a few words about the elastic resistance and our main machine, leg tensor, which is the leg press machine. We'll start with the very short presentation. Then I will show you how to adjust our machine to patient, that it is suitable for all kind of patient. Then I will show you how the software and cooperation with the computer goes. Okay. Okay. A few words about the elastic resistance. As you can see here, we are using the elastic bands, which are the resistance for our leg press machine. The rubber, as you can imagine, can express itself, then it's come back to the original shape. Okay, please give me another slide. Okay, with this kind of work we can do a concentric work, eccentric work, proprioceptive, which lead us to the explosive force, endurance, coordination and proprioceptive. So we can do all kind of equipment with our elastic resistance. Okay. Most important thing about the elastic resistance is that we can start with the zero load. As you can imagine here, to start movement here at the very beginning, we are using the zero force. It is a great advantage when you compare it to the classical weight shifting. So it is great for the patient after trauma, after surgery, and for geriatric patient which cannot generate this amount of power just to start the movement. It is important because this move is very safe for the patient. Okay, on this slide you can see most of our machines. The mini tensor as a beginning, as a very simple device, but also very powerful, which lead us and give us many possibilities to train. On another side you can see leg press machine, which we are focusing today, and arm tensor device for the elbow or upper joints training. Okay, now we go to the practical session. Okay, so now I will show you a little bit how we can adjust our machine to our patient. I will ask one of my colleagues to be a patient. Okay, please sit down. Okay, we can adjust the angle for the footrest separately for each leg. So, as you can see, different angle for different leg, depending on our patient condition. So, another thing is we adjust the length of the footrest here. If you can please put your leg here. Okay, we can adjust this length to our patient condition, depending on his height. Okay. Another thing is we can train with the different angle of the backrest. Okay, we can easily adjust it. Okay, now I have no load. Okay, so we can even train with the laying position. As you can see, adjustment is very easy. Okay. Okay. Now we'll switch off video camera. Now we will switch off the camera, and I will show you a little bit about the software. Okay. Okay, we are after the starting of the software here. you can see we have the full patient database. Okay, I will simply enter the name of our patient. That will be, let's say, John, last name first name. Okay, we can add ID, we can add the therapist, we can sex, height of our patient. This is all optional. Okay, date of birth, illness, and diagnosis. Okay, we save our patient. We have our patient here. Okay, then we can go to the training. As you can see, our software is basically divided into 3 groups. First group here, we have our patient. Second group here is our exercise that we're adjusting to our patient. And the third group here are the exercise and, most important for us, values and all collected data. Okay, now when we start treatment, we'll be asked to show the system placement of our patient. First setting is the number of the elastic bands. As I showed you before, we just easily choose it with a slide bar. Okay. Then we have the footrest angle and base of support. As you can see, it's very easy to adjust that. Now we'll switch on the camera and I will show you how to read the values for this footrest. Okay, please put your foot here. Okay, you can here see the scale with the letters and with the numbers. Okay, so you are reading the values of the top of your foot. So in this case it will be 3C. Okay, and of the heel it will be L, also 3. If our patient has a similar foot placement, it will be pretty much the same. Now my patient is healthy person, so it will be also 3C and L3. Okay, now we'll switch back to the software. Okay, and you just simply choose from the list C, 3 and L, 3. The same for the another leg. C, 3, L, 3. And we simply click on Start. Okay. Now the software asks us to extend our legs just to calibrate the length of the limb of our patient. Okay. In this exercise, the task of our patient is to follow the green light. Okay. As you can see, we have the biofeedback here. If the patient is working correctly, the line he's drawing is green. If he exceeds the line, it's red. Please exceed the line. Okay, as you can see, it's red. So it means correct. Okay. We are also, after the exercise, asked if you want to save it. We can save every exercise and every data that was collected during this exercise. I will save it, and we simply go to the reports, and we got ready report. Okay, we can zoom it in. Okay, and you can see, for example, leg position on this plot and the kilocalories he burned during this test. Okay, we can go to data analysis, and if anything else will be interesting for us, just simply mark it, then we go back to the report preview, and it's added to our report. Okay, then we have many exercises. We can plan with this simple path following. We can do the sinus path, the triangular, the square, random, or we can add our own training. So it means that, for example, for 10 seconds we are training with the sinus path, then we are training with the triangular, square. We can plan everything what is good for our patient. Also, what is very important, we can adjust the length, the angle of the knee of our patient. As you can imagine, after trauma, the doctors usually recommend to have the particular angle. No, please do not exceed 30 degree. Most of the people do not know what is 30 degree in my angle. It is also here very important. We just put here 30 degree, and the patient has to follow the line. Okay, then we have many exercise. One of them, for example, is the coach. We have the same settings as you can see of the foot. Okay, it's saved for this patient. So if the patient is coming back after let's say 1 day, or he's coming to physiotherapy for every day, so you have saved the foot position. Okay, we simply start. Okay, we are asked to extend our legs to calibrate the land. Okay, and our task is to follow our coach. Okay, as you can see, our coach is visible as a coach, and you are the shadow of the coach, which you are supposed to follow. Okay, please go to the front. Okay, now you can see the shadow. Okay, I will stop this exercise. No, I don't want to save it. Then we have the horseman, which will be the race. We have to adjust the length of the river and time of exercise. Okay, then we have the skipping rope, another exercise which can be adjusted. Then we have the balance game, which is addition to our leg tensor. We are measuring the force that our patient is generating. Okay, this is a very important thing, because it learns our patient how to balance. We have four force sensors to the foot front and to the heels, to each leg separately. Okay, so as you can see, our patient have to balance to keep the ball in this, let's say, ball, and learn how to do that. We can adjust the force and the fitness of it, and we learn our patient to balance to keep it in the middle. Okay. Then we have another exercise which will be roll the ball, and our task is to go with this path as soon as possible. Okay, as you can see, each exercise we can adjust the working length, the angle of the knee, and everything is suitable for our patient. Okay, now we go to the reports. We saved one, as you can see, and I want to talk a little bit about it, because as you saw, the software is very simple and very user friendly. It is mostly focused on the game. So it's not just the games and fun of the rehabilitation, but it's also very powerful machine measuring all the data. As you can see, the leg position with all the time of the exercise, the calories, resistance, velocity, every data is collected, and we can compare it. We have all the data that was important for us in the plot here. So very powerful machine to show our patient and our therapists and our doctors that we are recovering well. Okay, I think we just exceed our time. If you have any questions, please write it down on the chat, and I'll be here for another, let's say, 20 minutes to answer. Thank you very much for your time and for being here.